Hey, come on, man. Jimbo's back.
Yowzer! It's that time. Radio was done with him. 4 spouses had enough of her and him. Hopefully the 3rd time is a charm. Get ready to have your ear holes violated. It's wild. It's crazy. It's time. It's the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
Yowzer!
The crowd goes wild.
Here we are, baby! Very excited. Violating your ear holes. It's the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
3rd time's a charm.
Episode 20.
20. Holy moly.
That's crazy.
I'm always stunned that we're still here.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh, another week, another time to do it.
Yep.
How's your headphones, gorgeous?
Super loud now.
Okay, now? Okay, how they now?
Little lower.
All
there
right.
we go.
There we
Perfect.
go.
There
We're
we go.
excited. Sorry you had to hear that little sound check part of it. Oh, man. Thank you so much for letting us violate your ear holes. Here we are once again, gorgeous.
Yeah.
And to celebrate, did you see what ReAmp Studios did for us?
You would think we've been here 25 years.
Yes. If you're watching this on YouTube or whatever format, on Facebook or whatever, they put on the middle of our table a bottle of Dom Perignon.
Oh, my. It always reminds me of one of our first nights together. You brought it to my house.
I did.
Yep.
And is that, are we saying that right, producer Mark? Dom Perignon?
Well, I can't believe for a redneck you got that right.
Ah, yeah. Nothing like being white trash in first class is what it's all about. I'm going to pop this bad boy because it's been sitting here for a little bit.
Be like Big D and have a Coors Light chaser.
That's right.
He's got it.
Keep it classy. Here we go. Whoa! Whoa! No! Some of it shot all over the studio floor.
Yeah, we're deducting that from your paycheck.
I know. That was about
Wow.
that was probably about $60 worth that shot out. Damn! Celebrating episode 20. We are making our official drink of the show, the Shamskis, which is a shot of whiskey. And this week gets tossed off with Dom.
Man, I kind of felt bad putting anything in it.
I know. But
Dang.
don't. I think they knew that was going to happen. Otherwise, they would have bought us Brute by
Oh,
Fabergé.
my gosh. It pours so much better than
Look
the
at
other
that.
crap.
You could tell. I got some on my jeans for you to suck off on the ride home.
All right.
It's going to
Love
be
that
a
story.
good day. Episode 20. We can't believe it's happening. It feels good. It even looks better in the glass, doesn't
look
it?
better.
It looks like it's almost the same color as a gold bar. You know what I mean? Damn. Well, cheers, gorgeous. Here you go. You can throw that box now. Or you want to keep it?
No, well,
Well, knock it
we
over.
will, but you can throw it.
Okay.
You like to throw stuff.
I do like throwing stuff because it's so rock. Here we go. Cheers.
Beautiful.
The 20th episode of the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
3rd time's still a charm. Oh.
We hope you're enjoying the Shamsky with us.
Out of me.
Ooh, you're going to like this. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I'm going to be able to burp so good with this one.
That's something I could get used to. I think Dom is hurting for publicity, so they probably want to sponsor this show, and we'll help them out to make them back to the success that they've been.
Yeah.
Damn, can you believe that? We're drinking Shamskis with Dom on episode 20.
Remember we wanted to do it episode 1?
We
When
wanted
got the
to.
little $5 bottle, brought it in.
Yeah, we pretended it was Dom.
You go, hell yeah, it's Dom.
Yeah, kind of ish. Same family. But yowzer, we're very happy to be here. And Jackie,
Yes.
I got to be honest, has been very excited to do these shows more and more. So she is actually going to tell us something cool about the number 20.
About the number 20. So the first thing that came to mind was you and I had been dating for 2 days on the 20th of December.
That's true.
2 days. So that's the first thing that came about the number 20.
2011, I remember it well.
2011. And another thing I found out, that day also, December 20th, 1957, Elvis Presley was drafted to the Army.
Wow.
And what happened? And what happened 60 plus years later?
Tell me.
He married us in Vegas, baby.
Ah, that's right, baby. I'll drink to that all day long, girl. Nice.
Bright light city gonna set my
There's a little pelvis for you.
Set my so on fire.
I gotta be honest, these new socks you bought me are they're comfortable, but they kind of bug the shit out of me. They're like, I don't know if I'm a fat girl with cankles, but our producer Mark got some birthday socks that say nice Jewish boy on them. But I got these other socks that you bought that are very comfy, but I kind of feel like around
The ankle area.
around the ankle area, it's like having a big mouth bass fish sucking my foot and squeezing on my shit.
And you know what's funny?
What?
You bought me socks and I don't like them either.
Is that what it is?
We can't buy each other socks. They're the furriest. They're the furriest things.
Boulder Dash. Is that what it is? But I mean, they feel soft everywhere except up right where they cling to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't like it. I got to be honest. I love you madly, and I know that I had crappy socks, but you bought some weird socks for me.
I even got them in Nordstrom.
I know.
I was going to go to Ross or Target. I felt bad. I was like, I could get my baby Nordstrom socks.
And what don't you like about the socks I bought you?
They're too fluffy, and I told you to get the ones that you can't see them, but they come up. I like the little no-show.
No,
You can still see them, yeah.
Like a mystery. Yeah. I see her jogging. Is she wearing socks or not? Is she Kenyan? What is she doing? I can't tell if she has socks or not. But all right, kicking off episode 20, we like to do a random fact, and Jackie's being a mic hog on this episode because she wants to do that too.
I do have a random fact.
But I do like it. I think it's fun because it means you're getting into the show, and I love it.
A few weeks ago, I did a random fact about the balls.
The man zone.
Yep, the man zone. So I'm going to do a random fact about the wiener now.
Oh, Jackie's a big fan of double dribbling, and now she's going to talk about the weenage. We talked about the beans. Let's talk about the frank.
So the penis may look like one long, big tube,
Yeah.
but there's actually 3 columns of tissue that run along the inside of the wiener.
Is that right?
2 are corpus cavernosum columns, which extend from the base to the end of the wiener and fill with blood to allow for full erection.
Damn.
The other is the corpus spongiosum.
Of course it is.
It surrounds the urethra, the tube through which urine and semen passes.
Oh, my.
The corpus spongiosum, I think that's how you say it.
That's exactly how you say it.
Also fills with blood during erection, but remains pliable to keep the urethra open. So the penis has 3 tubes. 3 times the charm for your penis.
Son of a gun.
Girls are working overtime.
And which one's your which one has your favorite flavor?
The sponginosium.
I think that's a perfect way to kick off the show. Here we go. What's the next segment, you spongio sucker?
Weekly highs and lows, baby.
Yep, here we go, everybody. This is where we look back, reflect on the fun and the not so fun of the week.
Yeah.
And this is kind of cray-cray. Like we said earlier, but not on the show, so I don't know why I said that. So take that back. Edit me out. What the hell am I doing? I don't know. Weekly High happened when Jackie and I were hosts for the Rockin' MMA Fest up in Victorville.
That was fun.
Where we got to meet Suicidal Tendencies.
They were awesome, too.
Our new favorite band, Rain Brings Weather.
Yeah.
And on the way to the fairgrounds, Jackie and I have a little tradition because if you've ever drove from the IE up to Vegas, you take the 15.
Yep.
And what's one of our favorite places to reminisce?
Chuck E. Cheese on the way to Victorville.
Because that Chuck E.
Victorville.
Yeah, that Chuck E. Cheese you see in Victorville is where Jackie slipped me the digits.
Yeah.
That's where I first got to score the digits and know that, hey, Jackie wants to play. So every time we go to Vegas, what do we do when we pass the Chuck E. Cheese in Victorville?
We always slow down a little and lean over and we kiss 3 times.
Damn straight.
Yeah.
Keeping it real. Keeping it kind of, I know, sappy, but you know what? We want to keep this the most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
Yes.
And you got to celebrate that stuff in life.
And I feel bad if I'm driving home from Vegas and you're sleeping, I don't want to wake you, so I just always reach over and go to you.
Super sweet of you. But while we were going up to the high desert,
We did a little something new.
Jackie, she started it before we saw the Chuck E. Cheese. Do you remember how my girl wanted to do a little role play in the vehicle on the way up, and it's kind of crazy because role play is usually when you're a little bit buzzed. Role play usually isn't a sober activity.
No, not usually. Some song came on and I just felt all loving and frisky, and I just wanted to make you feel good.
But it was a song about cheating. Sad Eyes.
Oh, sad eyes.
Sing it.
Turn the other way.
And what's the song about?
I don't want to see you cry. It's talking about two lovers are going their separate ways. They've decided to quit messing around, going back to their significant others. So I thought, I'll do a little role play with that song right now.
So Jackie kicked it up a notch while we're on the 15. I'm in the driver's seat. And Jackie said,
I didn't play the wife. I played the mistress.
yeah. And she said basically something to the fact of, this is the last time we're going to be together. And you're getting a little shy right now, ain't you?
Stupid.
You thought this was the weekly high, I thought.
Are we still live on Facebook, though?
Kind of is.
Children, family, if you're watching, just tune out for a moment.
Or take notes.
So I decided to play the mistress, and I looked at Jim and I said, oh, really? You don't think you want to see me again?
And I said, I do, but I'm going into role play mode, and I'm like stone cold sober, like, oh shit, she wants to really play ball here.
That would happen.
Yeah, keep going.
I said, with the stern voice, I said, yeah, baby, I can't see you anymore. This is the last time I'm going to be able to hang out with you.
And that's what he said. So I took off my seatbelt.
Chuck some Dom Perignon. Finish that. Finish it and tell the story right. You can't get shy on the Jimbo and Jackie show.
Third time's a charm. So I unzipped his britches and I blew him passing Chuck E. Cheese.
So she gave me a very special kiss as we saw Chuck E. Cheese.
Give me a kiss.
That's right.
And what's funny, by the time we got up to the concerts, Ashton was drinking beer. I had a little flask of vodka. I had made me a drink. I'm stirring it with my finger. And Ashton's like, what you drinking, Miss Jackie? I said, I'm drinking, it was a Sprite and vodka.
Yeah.
And I said, you want to taste it? And he said, yeah. So Ashton's tasting my drink all day long. We're drinking. All of a sudden, Jim comes up and tells a story. Ashton's like, Miss Jackie, I've been sharing a drink with you all day.
Yeah, that was Milo.
I think it made the team closer. I think we're a better broadcast team because of it.
I did not know that.
Ashton, you want to come in the studio and take a breathalyzer?
Nah, I'm good.
All right, just checking,
good.
checking.
Because he did celebrate, that's for sure.
That's kind of fun. I made you blush a little bit.
I got a burger and a basket of fries out of it.
That's
Yeah, you
right.
did.
Yeah. See, I thank my lovers. I don't just run. I want to show appreciation. But that was fun. You can see why that was a weekly high for us and a weekly low for our producer.
I
Ashton.
can't believe in 8 years we never did that, passing Chuck E. Cheese.
I know.
Because we used to do that in the car all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
And
it's
never passing Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, we can't say that again because it happened.
Well, instead of three kisses, you got 50 licks.
That's how many licks it takes to get the center of a Jimbo.
It wasn't 3.
But there was a low, a weekly low. And we do got a little video that we'll fire up here in a second in case you're watching, but we'll describe it. I work for ServPro.
Yes.
And I attend meetings at the EVAR, East Valley Association of Realtors. And every year they do a little softball tournament, a softball game of realtors versus affiliates. And I got asked to be on the affiliates team. And I haven't played softball in 12 years. I got to be honest
Yeah,
with
I knew
you.
not since I met you. He gets his bag down out of the rafters. Can't get it unzipped because the shit's just stuck.
It's been so long. I had to use like an X-Acto knife to cut my fucking spikes out, but I'm like, I need my spikes for the game, man. I'm not playing in tennis shoes. So I got my spikes. It's been 12 plus years. I used to be addicted. I used to be on 3 leagues a week.
Really?
Yeah, back in the day.
I always wanted to try to play.
It was just another excuse to drink during the week, because after softball, everybody goes and drinks. But we got some video of my first at bat, I got to walk.
Yeah, I was glad. I was like, oh, Daddy ain't going to get hurt.
Oh, did you? Is that what you thought? And I never played softball in front of Jackie. So I was like, shit, I didn't come here to walk. I tell you what, first pitch, my next at bat, I'm swinging. I need to show off for my chickaroni. And we got some video. Jackie, why don't you describe, as they had the video that you filmed of Jimbo at bat at the softball tournament with the realtors versus affiliates. What do you see, Jackie?
Here he goes. Oh, look at those legs, baby. Look at you. He swings. He gets it. He runs. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's safe.
Safe. I could have made it a double. I got to be honest with you. But
I was wondering why you didn't keep on going.
You wanted me to go. I could have got a double, couldn't I have?
Yeah, you could have.
But I want you to know my first step out of the box, I felt a knot in my hamstring. So, Ashton, that wasn't too bad for wobbling to first base. It wasn't a pulled hammy, but it was a strained hammy. And I was like, this sucks. It's my first hit in 12 years.
Your first run, huh?
And I'm feeling my hammy all strained right now.
I didn't realize you felt it as soon as you took off from home plate.
Were you impressed a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
Were you like, that's a guy. When you saw me hit that, did you go, that's a guy I want to blow by Chuck E. Cheese? Is that what you thought?
Pretty much.
Yeah. So here I am on base with the strained hammy on first base. And Jackie, we're going to hit the video. If you could talk it up and tell me your thoughts
Talk it up.
of what's going on here.
Here we go. They're getting ready. Jim's waiting. He's thinking. It's a ball.
It's hit.
He goes. He runs. He slides into second. I'm like, holy crap. And he goes to third.
I was hurting so much. That slide sucked. I was like going, I can't believe I'm this sore after just one hit in softball.
And I knew you had on those little flimsy shorts. I'm like, I wonder if he scraped up his leg.
I did.
I know.
I did. I got scrapage on my leggage. And then I was able to come in and score a run. So that was kind of cool that.
Look at you.
At least, did I look like a jock to you? Were you like going, that's a guy I want to blow by Chuck E. Cheese. I
thought I got to get my baby a cool softball outfit.
Oh, you didn't like my outfit? Was it not so good?
That was cute. You're cute,
right.
Baby. I'm messing with you.
Oh, that's all right. I like when you mess with me.
You're adorable.
Oh, but man, I was glad I got a hit in front of you because that would have sucked. Can you imagine being the girl that's got to go with the guy who strikes out?
What did you see the girls that were playing on the realtor team and the affiliates team that were hitting the balls? Those girls like had on their shin guards. I'm like,
you can tell they played college ball.
Yeah.
And hopefully scissored. All right, Jackson, it's time for our next segment. What do you say? We move on?
3 things.
Did you guys know this? And I forgot to tell our producer Ashton this, but he's so quick on the fly, he'll be able to pull this up. This year, AC/DC is celebrating 40 years since Highway to Hell came out. That album. I'm on a highway to hell. Hell yeah! On the highway to hell. One of the greatest rock bands ever. So they're celebrating 40 years ago. That album came out. This one. Oh, go ahead. You can play it. I ain't going to stop AC/DC. Come on. That's rude. I'm on a highway to hell. We're pouring more down, baby. Yeah, 40 years ago, and it still rocks your ear hole. It violates your ear hole so good like us. Do you like AC/DC?
I do.
Hell yeah, everybody likes AC/DC.
Oh, yeah. I like them.
And to celebrate 40 years ago, AC/DC's Highway to Hell came out. We're going to do our 3 things. Do you remember what it is, Jackie, as you sip on some Dom, courtesy of ReAmp Studios, as we celebrate our 20th episode of the Jimbo and Jackie Show?
3 times a charm.
What's our 3 things?
3 reasons why we're going to hell.
Yep, we're going to reflect and look back and talk about 3 things we may have done. Well, no, we did. And they may bring us to that highway to hell.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. Jackie, you want to start with number 3 as we work our way up the charts?
Number 3 for me would have to be, I get so tickled when people fall and bust their asses.
It is damn funny.
I don't want them to get hurt, but it just tickles the crap out of me.
I mean, some people
It's
have
like,
gotten...
that's rude.
Yeah, they've gotten like $10,000 from America's Funniest Videos.
Oh, well, yeah, that's true.
So...
I remember I was in Ontario airport one time, and I'm sitting there waiting on my flight. Here comes this lady, and she's walking along.
Yeah.
You know how you just kind of people watch?
Yeah.
Well, she tripped and fell, and her shoe went flying. And my first thing was like, "Oh, honey, are you?" And she just grabbed her shoe, put it back on, and then I just lost it. Just cracking up. That's funny.
That is pretty damn funny. My number 3 reason why I may be on the highway to hell.
Yes.
Back in the day, right out of high school, I got a job at a maintenance company. And basically, I worked for a millionaire and did all the shit he didn't want to do. Like we landscaped his house. We decorated the Christmas trees. We did all of his businesses, all the maintenance. And basically, one time when I was doing the grass at his mansion, we used to take the leaf blower and we would put it on low and we would find little frogs and shove them down the tube. And then we'd crank it so they were like little froggy cannonballs and shoot out of the leaf blower.
Oh, man, you're going to burn.
That's like a Beavis and Butthead moment, isn't it? It's like frog baseball. But before, this is even before Beavis and Butthead was even a thought. I used to put frogs in a leaf blower and launch them like froggy
You want to
cannonballs.
say, PETA, ReAmp has no part of Jimbo's actions when he was younger?
As long as you're not taking back the bottle of Dom, I understand. That's cool. I know it's not the proudest moment for ReAmp, but I may have to go to hell for that. And you know what we did with, what do you call the weed whackers? We used to like chop snakes' heads off with them back in the day.
Jeez.
Oh, I'm not proud. I'm going to hell, ain't I?
Dang, honey.
Does that turn you on? Do you want to blow me by Chuck E. Cheese after that story?
Did you cut the whiskers off of cats too? When you were a
No. If they were cute, we didn't fuck with them. But frogs and snakes aren't cute. So I hope I get a little pass for that.
He don't like frogs and snakes.
I don't do it anymore since noon. I don't do that stuff, just so you know, for the record. Oh, flashbacks. Where's the leaf blower? Let me tell you, it's pretty funny. When they launch, they're like legs and arms are like, whoa, okay, quit
Honey.
talking about it, Jimbo. It's really not. I know. It was a different time.
Jimbo, the sensitivity training.
Uh-oh, gotcha. But let me tell you, these were frogs that used to eat children where I did it. So I was kind of doing a public service. They were very mean frogs. We wouldn't do it to the nice ones. Jackie,
Yes.
we're celebrating 40 years since AC/DC came out with Highway to Hell.
Yes.
What's the number 2 reason you may go to hell?
I think the number 2 reason I may go to hell is because before we got married, all the coochie and booby pics I sent you.
No, that's our picks.
Is it okay if you're not married?
I think so. It was making the bond. You were bringing it closer so we could have that bond.
I sent a lot.
Yeah.
I was sticking stuff there, sending it, showing you stuff.
I got to be honest. I never.
Right. Make sure this is what you're getting, baby. Open your mouth.
We send each other a lot of nudie pics, a lot of crazy ones. And there was even like an app on the iPhone where you could hide your dirty pics.
And that's what you were doing.
Have you heard of digital calculator app where you could hide all your naked nudie pics? No?
I'm not, no.
We're not in the same league as you.
Let me tell you, as much as Jackie loves her coochie, I love my wiener. We took so many pictures and sent them to each other. And sad to say, there's probably some guy in Asia who has all our nudie pics because I lost a lot of them on the phone.
And we sent most of them when I was in one room of the house and you were in another.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in the cloud.
That's right. They're in the
They're
cloud.
in the cloud.
See,
So-
Jesus has got them. It's good.
That's right.
He forgave us.
It's just showing that we can get along. White boy, brown girl. It's the original sin. We did send a lot, didn't we?
Yes.
A ton. And I love looking back. It's kind of like a flashback boink.
Yes.
Because we took some video while we were in Vegas a few times.
Oh, my God.
And I actually sent it once to an intern of mine.
What?
I did.
You crazy ass.
It was crazy. It was
And where is he now?
a very successful man.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So we're good.
So we inspired him. Damn. Now you're bringing a lot of memories back.
You used to just randomly send them to me like that we had taken months, years
Did you
before.
like him, or was it like going, what the hell's going on?
Oh, no, that's hot.
Yeah, it was delicious, wasn't it? All right.
And I remember one of the very first pictures I sent Jim. He was on his way to court for something or another.
Divorce number 2.
You know.
You got to do weird shit.
And I
you
felt
know.
so bad. And we were just a weekend. I'm like, well, I don't want to send my coochie or titty shit. I'll send my long old legs. And I pulled up my dress and
Bam.
helping you get through, huh, baby?
You did it, gorgeous. High five. God, you're going to hate my number 2 reason for
Oh, boy.
reasons why maybe on the highway to hell as we celebrate 40 years ago, AC/DC coming out with Highway to Hell album.
What is it?
My number 2 reason why I may be going to hell is I spanked it in my grandparents' basement to the National Geographics. Remember back in the day, National Geographics used to show tatas. Yeah. And that's when I really got addicted to boobs. I was a breastfed baby, but then all of a sudden, National Geographic showed them every month.
Those are feeders.
Yes.
Those are feeders.
So I got feeders. I never knew the name of mine.
Well, you fed 4 children with those beautiful bosoms of yours. But I remember one time down in the basement, because my grandparents, they subscribed forever. They had like stacks of National Geographic.
How come?
For the articles. Maybe my grandpa had the same fetish or something. Where he thought, I won't get Playboy, but I'll get National Geographic, and I'll still see some feeders, as producer Ashton liked to say. But as a young man going through puberty.
So what age were you?
Well, that was like, I'd probably say it was like junior high. So you're talking like
Jeez
somewhere between
Louise.
12 and 14.
I hate this story.
I know. But that's why I may go to hell, because of what I did in my grandparents' basement with the made sweet love to the National Geographic magazine.
Nice.
Yeah. Jackie,
Yes.
what's your number 1 reason why you may be on the highway to hell as we celebrate 40 years ago, AC/DC coming out with that album?
I think I might be on the highway to hell because I've wished death upon a few people, but I've asked for forgiveness, and the Lord knows my heart. So I think I'm good.
You still wish death upon them?
I try so hard not to.
Say no more. Say no more.
No.
Yes. When you're on your 3rd marriage, there's some hatred in your heart, sad to say. It's not.
There's no hatred.
I think the big
Lord
man
knows my heart.
The big man upstairs understands.
Honey, the Lord knows my heart.
That's right.
I have a story about that too. Can I tell that real quick?
Nope.
My sister one time. Oh.
No, I'm kidding. Of course you can tell it. It's your show. Do whatever the hell you want.
Hi-yo!
My sister one time, bless her soul.
Yeah.
She's up in heaven. Love you, sissy. She asked me one time, she said, Jackie, she said, you reckon the Lord cares what you wear? I said, sissy, honey, the Lord don't care what you wear, baby. It's all about what's in your heart. She said, well, honey, pull over at Target and get me a pair of jeans before we get to Vegas.
What was she wearing?
A skirt, a dress, down their ankles.
Oh, down her ankles to go to Vegas?
Probably here.
Was she part Amish? That's crazy.
She had on a dress, little church dress.
And then when she bought the tight pair of jeans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had so much fun.
Did she have a cute tushy like you?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's beautiful.
Man. Right on.
Bless her heart. Anyway, what's your number one, baby? Why are you going to hell?
This one is really... Please don't cast judgment because I was about 10 years old.
Oh, boy.
When this happened. We all know that Jerry Lewis is a big leader when it comes to raising money for muscular dystrophy, right? And a big partner they used to have back in the day was 7-Eleven. And all you had to do was go to your local 7-Eleven and say, I want to help Jerry's kids. And they would give you a little milk carton that had a slot for people to donate money. Don't you judge yet. Oh, look at the studio.
Yeah, we know where you're going.
I know. So I wanted to help Jerry's kids at 10 years old. So me and a couple of my neighbors, I don't want to say their names because maybe they don't have a podcast. Maybe they got a real job and this could fuck it up for them. So, but they were some of my favorite neighbors. I did not act alone, but I will confess alone, so to speak. We went around and collected a lot of money for Jerry's kids.
Dang.
And then one day after collecting all that money, we said, damn, we got a lot of money. Do you think we should spend this money on video games and tacos and have a good time and buy comic books instead of giving them to Jerry's kids? And that's what we did. We took that money and we lived large for a while and bought comic books, Slurpees, video games, tacos. And then my buddies who were brothers got busted by their mom and had to bring back the money they had left over.
Yes.
And made them work off the money that they stole.
Wow.
But what's kind of cool, to my friends' credit, they didn't throw me under the bus because as a wise philosopher from The Godfather once said, snitches get stitches.
Like you're going to give anybody stitches.
They didn't
honey.
give me up, and I shared the rest of my loot with them.
You never got in trouble?
I never got in trouble, and at 10 years old, you don't have a conscience because you're getting video games, comic books, and tacos. I know.
I got a similar story, so I kind of feel where you're coming from.
I'm not proud of it, but I'm coming
I'm not
clean.
either, man. We had this old lady that lived on our corner, and we sold her an Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
And it said it's for charity for $40.
Oh.
And then 98, 97, that's that's good money.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
hell
good
yeah.
money, man. We ate at Baker's
Oh, yeah.
for
Tacos.
days, tacos all day. Dude.
Oh.
But I feel you.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it, but I'm coming clean. I hope my Lord and Savior sees this as a confession and forgives and forgets. And I'm not proud of it, but that's what happened.
Okay.
Dang, honey.
All right. Hold on. Just for the record, I can't believe that the fact that you guys gave Ashton sloppy seconds isn't on that list somewhere.
Oh, we don't judge.
It wasn't sloppy.
Maybe that was the best vodka you ever had.
It was classy seconds, Mark. Classy seconds.
Yeah, then why did you just down 3 beers to get the taste out of your mouth?
He's been chewing on a sweat sock since then and try to get that taste out.
Honestly, Jim really doesn't even have a taste. It's the cleanest, purest semen ever, to be honest with you.
Thank you, Mama. I tried.
I'm serious. Your semen does not have a taste. It's very easy to go down.
Well, let's ask Ashton.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
It is. It's true.
That is the best infomercial for my wiener ever. I love it. I love it. And I think that's a perfect time. Well, I want to bask in it, but if you want to move on to the next segment.
Let's move on, Jimbo. Let's move on, man.
I know Ashton does. What's our next segment, Jackson?
50 and fucks.
And Jackie's been going through some issues right now. As we get into our 50s, you know, sometimes you reflect on things that are kind of like a trial and tribulation.
Yep. Bullshit. Or called bullshit.
Oh, yeah, as she would say.
Yep.
What is your 50 and fucked, gorgeous? Because I've been feeling pretty good lately.
Well, other than your
because
hamstring.
Yeah. Well, besides my hamstring, that was my low.
Well, I know. So my 50 and fucked is I went to lift weights the other day for the first time in a little while.
Yes.
And I went light. And I felt something weird on my elbow.
Which one?
This one, the right one that you've been rubbing.
Is that your jerk-off elbow?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's, well.
Well, yeah, we need to keep that intact so Ashton could have something to enjoy in his drink.
So I went to lift and I thought, oh, what was that?
Yes.
And then I lifted again. I was like, okay, it still ain't right. So my elbow's been messed up.
Damn, Mama.
It still feels tight. It's getting better.
Yeah?
But I thought I was going to have to come in with a little brace today.
Poor thing.
Braces.
Oh. Well, you got a good mouth.
Anyway,
so
that
you
was
don't
my
worry about
50
that
and
elbow.
fucked. I remember I had a friend when I was in my late 20s. She was like 51, 52. She's like, Jackie, I'm telling you, you're going to have to start having little aches and pains here and there. I hear you, Mama. So I appreciate it, but my mind goes back to that shit
Yeah,
now.
you remember hearing about that.
Yeah. So I'm starting to have
Damn.
little aches and pains here and there.
Well, the great news is you could still make me come. This is awesome. High five. All right, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We got a very special guest. Check this out. We're going to call him Mr. Burple. Taylor Cole, parachuter, base jumper, skydiver, overall boring piece of shit. He's coming on our show in a little bit, so we can't wait for you to enjoy episode 20 of the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
3 times a charm.
Violate in your ear holes in a little bit. Here we go.
That was funny, huh?
I say, welcome y'all now, come on into the Jimbo and Jackie Show. You know, he's that crazy kooky guy used to be on the radio. She's really sweet and her face is neat, they put it up on a big billboard. They're too much fun, so the previous marriages ended in divorce. But the third time's a charm. They say the third time's a charm. Long live Jimbo and Jackie. Aha!
Yowzer! Look at me, look at her. It's a Jimbo and Jackie Show.
3 times the charm.
Episode 20. And once again, big ups and thanks to the ReAmp Studios in Tustin for getting us a bottle, well, not one,
2.
2 bottles of Dom Perignon
Wow.
to celebrate this episode. We've already been through 1 bottle,
What?
enjoying a damn good time. And I think, without further ado, we should introduce our guest for the second segment of episode 20 of the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
3rd time's still a charm.
Waiting for Mr. Burble. I'm talking Taylor Cole is going to be our guest coming in studio right now.
Let's get it.
Where is he? Come on, we
Come
need
on,
a guest.
Tay. Oh.
There he is.
And the crowd goes wild.
Here he is. Looking very snazzy.
Looking all dapping.
Suspenders. A bow tie. A button-up shirt. Looking sharp, everybody. Give it up for our good friend, Mr. Taylor Cole.
Woohoo! What's
How you
up,
doing, my
Taylor?
friend?
Man, this is exciting.
Are you happy to be here?
You have so much energy that you just got me just inspired. Like beyond inspired.
That's beautiful. We also got our beautiful producer in here who's going to help us manage microphones and
Yep,
stuff
and I
like
can't
that.
hear again.
Oh, did we
in the
lose you?
ears. A little bit.
All right. Then we got to mess around.
Yep, there we go.
Keep it
there
going.
we go. That's good.
It's all good. But
What's
Mr.
up, Taylor?
Welcome to the Jimbo and Jackie show.
3 times the charm.
Now, just so you know, party people, we are talking to a man who base jumps, skydives. He's an inventor and overall a boring piece of shit.
Yep. That is me.
And he's got more stuff. So, Mr. Taylor Cole, let's pretend we're at a chamber commerce.
Okay.
And you must tell everybody, you have 1 minute. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Oh man, I am the perfect combination of total ridiculous mindset matched with a very decent education, has a good job.
Yeah.
I invented a kids story company. I run the biggest parties that base jumping's ever seen that involves a midget and a flamethrower. and I've done probably half my base jumps naked. I've ended up running a lifestyle that requires a therapist every week so that I can keep track of everything. And I am about to start Taylor 3.0. Taylor 2.0 came out when I landed a G-string and a beer helmet in a tree off a cliff. And that was the moment that I realized I got to change some things before I die. And thank God I did. I found a beautiful wife and I got 3 kids and it's wonderful.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. And I'm on 2. So 2's all right.
Second
Yeah. Hey, we
time
all
could be a charm too.
It can.
we know some people figure it out on number 1. And me and Jackie, we always say, you know what? We may be losers, but we ain't quitters. We're on our 3rd marriage. So whatever it takes, just enjoy life. Find the one you want to share it with and enjoy the rest of your life together.
Yes.
It took my dad 6 times.
Oh, man.
So 6 time was a charm, kind of.
Yeah, my dad was on his 3rd at the charm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, cool. We're very happy to have you be a part of this.
Yes.
And you're known as Mr. Burple.
Yep.
Tell us what the hell is Burple all about?
So I started this kids story company 3 years ago because I realized that technology is making us all kind of stupid and thinking all the same. So
Yeah.
you see a movie and no matter whether you're drunk or not, you all get the same perspective. You leave and you say it sucked, it was wonderful. You read a book and you realize now you don't need classes for any book we read because it's not like Shakespeare where they left all the details out and you need classes to interpret a Shakespeare book. So everything we're doing is making us all think the same. So if the next generation is going to come up with arming a midget that you pay very minimum amount of money to with a flamethrower, then who's going to come up with it if we're not creative? So I set out to make a company that basically took details out of story and created an immersive environment where kids can go in and hear stories where parent and child are together. The technology envelops them, wraps them. It's not between them. Parent reads the story, kid reads the story, and just amazing details come out of the immersion. And we've tested this on so many kids, and it is wonderful. I think this is the first step into a total change of how we look at technology and entertainment.
Nice.
And it's just wonderful.
And I got to be honest, I'm old school. I'm 50 and fucked. We're old and stuff. And I remember the first video game to come out with weird decisions was Dragon's Lair.
Yep.
And
yes.
that was like, you decided which way to go and which way the story was going to take you. Is that what kind of inspired what you got going on, Mr.
Yep.
Burple Taylor?
Yeah, and when our Kickstarter launches next Wednesday, we need everybody coming in and help us. We got a revolution started, and you'll see on there that we interviewed a bunch of Dungeons and Dragon masters.
Yes.
Of what they would think about this, because there's an entire community that still does text-based gaming. And Dungeons and Dragons is the most open-ended way to play a game. I've actually never played
Me neither.
I mean, I think you're too hot. My wife's too hot to be with anybody that plays
That's right.
Dungeons and Dragons. So I have no clue actually how to play the game, but it's on my website, so that's good. So my friend knows a guy that plays Dungeons and Dragons.
But that's beautiful. And I mean, it's so, I don't even know where to start. You got such an incredible resume.
I know.
Oh, I know where to start.
Okay, let's go to our producer.
For the win.
Producer Mark, what are we supposed to talk about next?
Well, I don't know. Taylor's either going to be happy about this or profoundly
Oh,
sad.
man.
But I found some video footage that explains him to the audience pretty quickly.
All right, let's go to the videotape. Hopefully you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, Mr. Burble, could you please describe the videotape that producer Mark is going to play right now? Here we go. We go to the videotape. What are we looking at?
So you got to wear shoes and knee pads and a helmet for safety, and that's pretty much all you need for safety. The rest is just all for, show. And none of that's required if you're going to show the technical skills that are required to front flip into a pool. This is actually me coming in second, and I hit the hay bale so hard, ass to hay bale, that it looked like I got caned by Singapore. Like I was so injured that I needed Neosporin in streaks.
Now, Taylor, is that...
I needed streaks of Neosporin in numerous places.
Still.
Like, I have never hit a hay bale with my butt that hard in my entire life.
So is that base jumping what you just did and we watched?
Yeah, that's base jumping the way I like it to do it.
Yeah.
Which is you set up a pool, you borrow water from the city.
The dog,
that's my dog and my
And your wiener's out.
Did you see your wiener?
See, at this point, I realized that Mark is going to show this to the world, so I'm watching myself, right?
So you jumped off a cliff to go base jumping.
To land in a pool.
To land in a pool. And how high? Oh, your wiener's out. It's not a bad wiener. It's very tan.
That hurt.
And he's got a bloody butt.
That hurt for a long time.
From the hay bales.
From hay bales.
The dog charged you like if you had peanut butter on you, man.
It's bad.
And how high were you up when you jumped off?
180 feet. And if you haven't invented your own injuries, you're not really cutting edge, is what I say.
Dude.
Like, so there's nobody else in the world that's actually gone ass to hay bale as hard as I have, so I don't really have a group that I can go talk about this with. Like, everybody else has these groups that are
talk to us right here, baby.
We're here for you.
Holy
that
cow.
was hard to get over. I mean, that was
I bet.
so
Like,
really.
there isn't too many things I like to do naked besides Jackie. The fact that you wanted to jump off something 180 feet off the air with the goal of landing in the pool, and you fucked that up, and your ass and probably testicles met the hay bale.
That is the biggest hay
And the best
I've
part,
ever seen.
the best part was we rented the hay bales. So the hay bales go back to where we rented them because I realized that's cheaper than buying them and then not knowing what to do with them after the event.
Oh, wait a minute.
Never mind. This one, I forgot.
We figured out what to do.
Never
with
mind.
them.
This one, we did not rent the hay bales. This is the lesson learned.
So the next video we're going to play, if you're watching on YouTube, but we got to ask you, Taylor, please, for our podcast audience, describe what the hell is going on here as we roll tape right now.
Okay, so
of
I
our
realized
guest, Taylor Cole.
Sammy is a guy that you can pay for Sammy, who happens to be a midget, and you can put him in any outfit. So he was our referee. But I started realizing I didn't have to pay him if you arm him with a flamethrower. So we built him a flamethrower thanks to Kyle Lobpries, and then this is him lighting the pool on fire,
Taylor's
which was
about,
actually
he's
the
a little
worst
bit shorter
idea.
than me. How tall is
And then here comes Matt Lodge jumping into the pool that's now covered in diesel gasoline on fire, which was not a good idea.
And he's naked.
So when the firefighters came by to put this out, they saw the midget, a flamethrower, and they didn't say a word. They just put out the fire, and this caused a lot of problems in my friend group. And I was
I can understand.
like, what's it called where you have a drinking problem or drug problem, and then they come and help you?
Like
Intervention.
Intervention.
So my friends formed an intervention. I thought I was just going to lunch. I ended up meeting up with a bunch of base jumpers that said I almost burnt down Southern California. And even though a midget caused the fire, it wasn't a good enough excuse to burn down Southern California. And so we changed Nothing actually, but I really tried to grow up a little bit. This was before Taylor 2.0, so this was I was going to kill myself in that pattern of behavior for sure.
Yeah, this was the day I met him.
Yeah,
That was the day you met him with Sammy, our good friend. Sammy, does he go by Sammy the midget or little person? What do we say?
it depends on if you pay him.
Yeah, he prefers dwarf.
He prefers dwarf.
Sammy
Dwarf.
the dwarf with the flamethrower, shooting flames at hay bales and a blow-up pool.
Yep.
With you guys base jumping, trying
Into
to
the
land
pool.
in it.
Yep.
So Taylor, what's the highest spot you've ever jumped off of into
Base
something?
Base
Yeah.
jumping is actually about lowest in a lot of cases, and the lowest I've gone is 104 feet. And I was promised a lap dance at the Little Darling Strip Club in San Diego.
Yeah.
And so we jumped off the freeway overpass and landed in the street right outside of the club. But then what ended up happening was the owner of the club brought everybody out to watch us. And so, and this is very not appropriate. So we ended up having to ditch the plans, even though we landed. I broke both my heels on the landing, and we ended up in a park somewhere packing our parachutes again, just laughing.
Oh my God.
Holy hell.
Is there
So-
any way to do it safely?
Base jumping.
Yeah, tandem skydiving is a great place to
Oh.
start.
You've been a skydiver, but base jumping is for the extreme dudes that want to see
Yeah,
what's the
it's different.
lowest I can go and pull a chute.
Yeah, we're different. I would say most
Oh,
base
I get
jumpers
it
are very
now.
calculated. They're kind of wobbly type mentalities. Yeah, but they're also like the plain hamburger type eating types, and they confuse you in a lot of ways.
And we see they like to get naked.
Sometimes.
Base jumpers are going,
That was great.
let's get naked.
Yeah, and my wife,
I want you
my
to
wife,
hurt your wiener though.
it does. My wife's
Oh
wife's an oboist in an orchestra, and she loves me doing this stuff. She loves it. So if someone's trying to talk me into this now, it's my wife that's saying, "You could do it, honey. Just go, go jump naked, and you'll be fine." And I'm
Has
like,
she
"Yep."
ever played oboe naked for you?
Tonight, it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Hey,
Oh, producer Mark wants to chime in.
I went through my Taylor Cole archives
And
Oh,
what do you
man.
got?
and Tijuana.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, our guest on the Jimbo and Jackie show.
They tends it
So
should.
we rented the crane, and then the crane operator left. So we ended up having to drive the crane, operate the crane, and my parachute didn't open super well, and I ended up inches from scraping every single seat in that stadium. And
But
I
you
don't-
did it.
No, but I think it was as close to being really hurt as possible. But we had a blast, and later that day we jumped into the motocross show, and it was just flames going everywhere, and we're
Nice.
just jumping in, and it was crazy. But we drove that crane onto the edge of the top of the seats. It was beeping the whole time. We didn't know what we were doing. And then me and my friend Will got inside the crane, and they raised it up. It still was beeping. We're 135 feet above the dang stadium, and
Now, Taylor, Mr. Skydiver, Mr. Base Jumper, Mr. Burple, did you ever think you were ever going to die with any of your jumps?
oh yeah, I've had I would say I've had 3 that I can remember that were bad.
Describe it to us. What goes on through? Because we see videos on YouTube with all the base jumpers and all the craziness
Yeah.
and stuff, and I can't relate.
Yeah,
I have skydived, but I've done it tandem. What is a base jumper's mentality in? How does it feel
Near-death
if you almost
experiences?
died? Yeah.
I mean, you get super focused. So my teammate and I on my skydiving team got super wrapped up. My reserve parachute came out and wrapped with his. So we were flying under my reserve parachute that was not flying right.
Right.
It had lines going over the top of it. My friend was wrapped around me. My parachute was wrapped around me. His parachute was wrapped
Were you
around me.
naked?
I was not naked.
Okay, just checking.
I couldn't see. He managed to, through verbal, tell me how to steer a single line I could grab, and we landed in Lake Elsinore super hard, and that's the only reason we survived. If we would have not been near Lake Elsinore, that would have been the end of both of us. And then Taylor 2.0 came out when I landed in a tree wearing a G-string that my wife bought me and a beer helmet with 2 24-ounce PBRs in it. And my goal was to drink both PBRs and land on this unicorn that was blown up on a slip and slide and go to the end of the slip and slide. And I remember my friend who Matt Lodge is about to marry, Katie, looked at me and goes, "What the fuck are you thinking of doing?" Because I was naked. And she's got all the armor on as possible. And I go, well, actually, I'm going to land on that unicorn and slide down the slip and slide through the pins. I'm not going to hit the ground, so there's no problems. And she goes, well, Taylor's probably one of the few people that's going to make this work. And as soon as I jumped, I realized I packed my parachute wrong. And so it was not flying. And I was coming.
Now, is that frowned upon? Base jumping to pack it wrong?
It was the only time I've ever done that. And so my only way to save it was to throw all the toggles I had and just try to aim for a tree. And I landed in the tree I got through the beers, but then I stuck the tree and somehow I was like this far off the ground and not super hurt, but more Neosporin from my ass again. But
damn.
Well, thank God you didn't hit the unicorn horn.
Yeah, the unicorn horn would have been the worst for sure.
And you still base jump as we speak?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
If you think that's scary, let him tell you what he does for a living. What his
All
day
right.
job is.
Producer Mark is asking us to ask you.
He's a third grade teacher.
What the hell do you do for a living, Mr. Burple Taylor Cole?
So I got my master's degree in fluid mechanics. And I run the research and development for a Navy lab. Wow. So I'm pretty good at it, and I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I try to ride that balance between just kind of doing everything and not stepping over any lines and just being good at everything I do. And it's hard. It needs a therapist for sure.
Yeah, we all do.
We all do. So yeah, it's been fun though.
Damn, my beautiful bride over here was with the Navy for a part of her life.
Yes. Like that.
Did you base jump naked? No.
And I didn't invent anything or do any fluid stuff there.
Yeah, but you blew me by Chuck E. Cheese, so that was pretty cool. We all have goals and different accomplishments.
Holy cow.
Now we need to plug more of Mr. Burple.
Hell yeah, we do.
All right, it's our sobriety checkpoint.
Oh, man.
When they do the siren, go ahead, Jackie, you go first.
The most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
You got a ticket, gorgeous. The most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
I don't know how you can always say it.
And the crowd goes wild. I just practiced a lot.
Yes.
And I've never practiced once.
Yep. Try it, mama. It's okay.
Do you know what the secret to DUI checkpoints is?
What?
Ooh, tell us, Taylor.
You got to throw them off their game, right? So
What'd you say?
they're in their game if you're there. So if you jump out and ride a unicycle, mind blown.
Oh.
So as an example, like we were having this huge party out at Cliff, and the helicopter was going over while the flamethrower was going up. The cop cars were all everywhere in the field.
Typical Tuesday.
They finally got to us. Some of the guys that were scared were army crawling across the desert trying to get away. The rule is I'm the only one that talks to the cop, but I do behavioral predictive analysis stuff for my entire career. So I always had an answer. So when the cop got there, he looked at me and he's like, you got to get out of here. Like, that's it. Everybody out. And then I was like, hey, by the way, did you see the movie Point Break? Because those guys are here. Do you want to like meet them? And they were. And he's like, Taylor, stop it. Like, you guys got to leave. And I go, okay, here's how this is going to work. You tell me when you want us to leave. I'm going to turn around and tell them all to go. Now, we've been here for 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I know at least all of them are drunk. And I don't know what else they've been doing. But seeing your cop cars come in, you guys are pretty stuck. So when you want us to go, I will tell them to go. And he just looked at me and goes, oh, shit. And then he goes, how about, can you guys stay here all night but not fire the flamethrower? And I was like, we could do that. So we ended up partying all night and never had the flamethrower come back out. And the 50 or 60 or so people that army crawled across the desert got super lost, super scratched up, and missed the actual good part of the party.
I love it. Way to negotiate. I like that. All right, we got more with Mr. Taylor Cole, Mr.
Burble.
Coming. Burble?
Burble.
I just want to do Burple.
No, it sounds funny,
He's ready to do burp wars.
That's where I get confused. More with Mr. Burble. Burp Wars. Yelp sex position. It ain't over yet. It's the Jimbo and Jackie show.
3 times a charm.
Episode 20, violating your ear holes. Listen to this now. Damn it. Come on. Hello, podcast community. It's Jimbo
And Jackie.
from the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
Third time's the charm.
Are you making way too much money? Said nobody ever.
Ever.
That's right. That's why we want to give you a great opportunity to sponsor this show. Reach out, touch us. How do you get to us, Jackie?
Contact us at info@reampstudios.com or The Jackie and Jimbo Show at reampstudios.com.
So close. That second one was an error. It's the Jimbo and Jackie Show at reampstudios.com. Violate ear holes with us. Let's have a good time. Be a sponsor, and Jackie might even sing your jingle, right, damn it?
That's right, damn it.
All right, we'll see you soon. Say bye, Jackie.
Bye-bye, y'all.
See ya. Yowzer! We're back for the last segment of episode 20 of the Jimbo and Jackie Show
Third time's the charm.
with a very special guest, a badass. We're talking Taylor Cole, Mr. Burble.
Yeah,
Right?
Burble. That's
And you
it.
got a Kickstarter going on because you're trying to make our children stronger, better humans.
Yes.
What is Mr. Burble's Kickstarter program?
Yeah, so next Wednesday we need as many people as ever to get up on there and just $20. There's actually Skydive with me on there if you want to give enough money
Nice.
for that, T-shirts, everything else. But the way Kickstarter works is we just got to get past this stupid algorithm that Kickstarter has to keep you off the front page. And so if everybody that's fans of Jimbo and you just need to get on there and just $20,
We got three.
and it would be awesome. So yeah, you can go to our site. It's up. It's burblecreativity.com, or we like the one that's dragonsarelame.com. Much better. So
What's it called?
dragonsarelame.com.
That's so cool.
Yeah, people like to think, it's not that there's anything wrong with dragons. We love them. But, dragons are the oldest mythical thing that's ever been come up with.
Right.
Some Chinese man found a dinosaur bone and said this thing must be a dinosaur. So anytime a kid says, look what I drew, it's a dragon, it's so, creative, it's really old.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just regurgitating what's been around forever. One of the best stories probably of all time is just been there forever.
Oh, it's badass.
So we say, imagine your own creature. So
All right. Well, we support that. We'll link
Yes.
that up and everything like that. But right now, it's time for one of Jackie's favorite segments of the show. What's it called?
Burp Wars.
That's right. Fire it up, Ashton. There it is. And this week, we get to do it with a bottle of Dom. Thanks to the ReAmp Studios as we celebrate episode 20. Jackie is going to pour some Dom in our little shambong. And
This one's going to make for good burps.
And we got a little segment here, Taylor. I want you to know, as she does it, we have what we call a bargument.
okay.
And it's just a fun question that we ask while we figure life out as we enjoy life.
Yes, please help me.
So the bargument for today, as Jackie gets her burp ready, is if you had to pierce a part of your body other than your ear, what would it be? That's a woman. That's Jackie with that burp. And the crowd goes wild as I enjoy a little burn in my eye from the champagne.
Get it in your eye, baby.
It was worth it.
Well, you got it in
It's
my
like when I
eye.
get
Nice.
it- yeah.
That's it for tat.
That Don P. Burns.
Yeah, when I get in her eye or her hair, I don't care. So I figure it's payback, so I don't mind it too much. But the question was, if you had to pierce a part of your body other than your ear, what would it be, Taylor or Jackie? You discuss as I do my shambong.
Yes.
That's Jackie. That's Jackie still.
Yes.
Talk about the
Do
piercing.
you want to go first?
Well, I've always wondered, do you pierce something to show off to other people's, or do you pierce something to represent something for yourself, right?
Yeah.
So, if I were to try to impress somebody else, I would pierce my big toe. Because everybody would look at it and think I was amazing, because that's just straight bone, right? And I know you guys love the bone word.
That was my contribution. Oh, Jackie wins once again. But I like the big toe pierce.
Yeah.
That's a good
Pierce
idea.
your big toe?
Yeah, because it's bone and it's like cool, right?
Yeah.
Dang,
But
I
then
didn't
I've always
think of that.
debated, like, taking your favorite scar. So one of those straw marks straight down my tush and
Right.
and just put a nice little emblem right in there. And that'd be
Yeah.
perfect. Whenever you sit on it, you remember the story and it means something.
Yeah. Jackie, where do you want to pierce? Do you want me to pour you another Chambon?
No,
Because
I
you look
don't.
eager.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I was just,
You were holding
I was
it
just holding it.
and spitting it all over the place.
So I've always thought it was really intriguing and cute how girls pierce their nipples. And one of
Oh,
our
yeah.
friends recently showed me at a tattoo shop.
Who was that?
You know, over at Scotty's tattoo shop.
She
remember?
showed you?
Yeah.
Damn.
And
I must have been drinking.
but the thing that turned me off from it was that she said it freaking hurt and it hurts for a while.
That does
Yeah.
not sound fun.
And my nipples are little bitty old little nipples. They're like nipples. So
She's
I'm
like
thinking,
Nipsey
holy
Russell.
shit, mine are gonna be hurting for a while.
So where would you pierce?
Well, that if it didn't hurt. Game's over.
It was
babe.
too late. But no, you got to pick somewhere though.
Well,
The
okay.
question was, if you had to pierce your body other than your ear, what would it be?
My nipples.
Done.
Both?
One. Because
Just
it
one.
hurts. hurt.
Did you ever come close to it?
No, ever.
All right.
Oh.
I had an eyebrow ring. It
Oh,
was a
man.
horrible
I'm getting
idea.
Good
Did you?
afterbirth.
Yeah, it was a horrible idea. My tongue pierced and an eyebrow ring.
Did you do tongue?
Yeah, I had tongue
Did
pierced
that
one.
hurt like hell?
No, it just sucked eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was toying around with the piercing.
Please say wiener. Please say wiener.
And that
Prince
does
Albert.
cross my mind, but it does seem really weird because most piercers are guys. It's weird to think of another guy holding your wiener unless
pierce it.
it's Ashton.
What if it's the taint?
Oh, a little tainted love, everybody.
I do love your tank.
Taylor, my
Holy
gorgeous
hell.
bride, Jackie loves
He's
taint.
got the best tank in the world.
I would do the nipples because if I play softball, I like the head first
You
slide.
ain't played softball in 12 years till the other day, baby.
But just in case, who knows what's going to happen?
Have you guys ever thought about the taint back in the day before mirrors existed? Like it took someone's opinion of your taint. You had to believe that person
Yeah.
on what it looked
I
like.
know. And that's crazy. Because
Like
I
you never
won't-
knew for sure, right? It's like there was no way to know.
No, and I don't want to pierce my nipples, Taylor, because
You'd say,
I may
Bob,
do a head
what's
first
this look
slide.
like?
And my nose is too big. I ain't gonna pierce my nose and draw more attention to this shit. So I think I would either go taint or the eyebrow.
Taint.
But I know
Eyebrow.
No
that my
eyebrow.
bride loves the taint. So
Do
I
it.
would.
Jim's taint
Do
is
it.
so cool because it's like it's there and it's not there, and then when you get it excited, it's like bloop. Yep, it's there. It's there.
That's a white.
You've
that's
got
hooked
the
on
most-
If you
finest.
did your taint, like have you ever crashed so hard your underwear fell off?
Yeah.
Like you could
Yeah.
put Velcro on there.
No, I remember that.
And there's no chance it's gonna fall off.
I was on a BMX track. I thought I was going over. It was like one of those two hops, and I thought I could
happens.
make both, but I landed in between,
Yep.
and my underwear came
Yep,
off.
lots of dust, lots of tumbling, naked.
I fucked up hardcore.
That's such dude thing.
Just a patch of
I've
Velcro and a piercing, and you'd be set.
I've never done anything to
It
my.
was terrible.
That kind of reminds me of the Yelp position.
Oh, which is coming up right now. Jackie and I, we got a beautiful book that Jackie gave me on our first Valentine, and it was called Position of the Day. And each week we try to do one of those crazy positions, and
Yeah, we do.
we do a little Yelp review.
Break it down, Daddy.
In this week's position, and if you're watching, you get to see it. Jackie, describe it. It was the Stargazer, baby. That was our Yelp sex position. Jackie, look at the picture. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or I don't even know what other formats you can see this shit. What is a Stargazer? Describe it because the audio will come up next.
Well, you're laying flat on your back with your head turned into the ground. I'm on top with my butt cheek on your hip, gazing up at the stars.
That's funny.
Looks like Linda is like, look at Linda.
Honey, look at this.
Yeah. So, for better or worse, with our guest, Mr. Burple Taylor, you get to hear me and Jackie do the Stargazer.
And we did it outside last night.
Well, because you're out
Stars.
Stargazer.
Yeah.
You don't see stars on the inside of your house. So go ahead, play the audio of the Stargazer as Jackie and I enjoy each other.
Boned up to do the Hoops exposition, the Stargazer outdoors. Hold on, I gotta put. Oh,
Got a poot?
Jackie's got to figure out where the leg goes, but we're for the Stargazer. Wait a second. We got to set up the scene that we're outside gazing at stars, right?
Listen. Put the picture of it.
I can't hear shit.
They seem much louder.
I think they're embarrassed because we're out in their wilderness and I got a boner and you're spread eagle on the back porch. So what do you got to do, Mama?
So you're on your back. I got to put a leg in between your legs and one on the side.
Do I got a leg up?
You got a leg up. That's it.
All right. Now you're in charge of this one because it's female dominant.
Can you see it?
Nope. You're in charge, baby. I'm on my back and I got your back in my face.
Lucky.
So this goes back here, that goes up there, and that goes up your coolie-coo. And she's about to make it happen, the Stargazer.
All I'm looking at is the ground. Where's the gaze part coming at?
Well, gaze, you're supposed to lean back and look up. See that? You're supposed to be gazing. Down goes Fraser. Down goes Fraser. You went way.
There's no way that can work.
Yeah, because you fell all the way to the back. You got to be a quarterback. Like Tom Brady. No, you got to get up. Wait, you're hurting my pelvis.
And that's sad to say we accidentally hit the stop on the recorder.
Yeah.
Because you leaned way too far back.
Way too far back. It plopped out.
Yeah.
And we could see the Little Dipper and Big
Oh,
Dipper
man.
up there. I told Jim.
And I thought she was calling my dick the Little
I said
Dipper.
The Little Dipper.
And I got insulted because she was looking up, say, hey, there's a Little Dipper. But I was thinking, oh, she's calling my wiener a Little Dipper.
Oh, man.
And it was awkward.
It bent and plopped right out. Like
Yeah,
the Little Dipper.
'cause
but
you
it's
fell
not.
back.
It's the Big Dipper.
But you fell back.
And then it made it the Little Dipper because it.
So that one sucked, basically. I know. But we'll keep trying for you.
The sound was cool, though, when it popped out.
Yeah. It kind of sounded like, yeah,
Like the
exactly
cork earlier.
like that. As we move on to our last segment of the show, Jackie, what is it?
Words you can't say on the radio.
That's right. We got a very special guest, Mr. Taylor Cole, who we can't thank you enough for coming
buddy.
down.
Yeah, buddy.
Looking sharp,
No,
suspenders.
I had to hug him when he came in.
I know,
It's like,
he's
you can't
dressed
not
up
hug
sharp.
somebody like that.
Looking like a
Rode
tall,
my unicycle here.
you're a tall Conor McGregor with your bow tie, suspenders, nice dress shirt. And what we ask our guests to do is pick a number between 1 through 81. And it's a curse word you can't use on public radio, but we're doing a podcast, so we can say it. So you pick a number, but I'll say the word as Carson Kasem, the cousin of Casey Kasem, and you got to use it in a sentence. Are you ready?
Oh, so easy. Okay.
All right, here we go. Think about the number as I say, I'm Carson Kasem. I'm the cousin of Casey Kasem, that rich son of a bitch who's dead right now, but he stole all of my jobs. Taylor's going to pick a number between 1 through 81. things you could say on the podcast, but not on public radio.
What's your number, Taylor?
And I want to say, keep your gland in her hand
I got
and
the
your pole
number.
in her hole. So, Taylor, what's your number?
I'm going with my high school baseball jersey number 6.
6. It's never been picked.
Wow.
He's talking about 6. Here we go, everybody. It is boobs.
Yes!
You cannot say boobs on public radio.
What?
But on our podcast, it's crazy. Taylor's going to use it in a sentence. Boobs.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. As the cow walked out into the pasture, the little baby cows followed it and could think of nothing more than how big the boobs on the cow were.
Oh, I
So
like
they went
it.
up to the boobs
Yes.
and caressed them
Yes.
and drank the nature of life. And those children wandered off and became the most impressive cows to ever live in California and be happy forever
And ever.
and ever.
And that was the longest sentence and most beautiful
Great.
segment of words you can't say on the radio, but you can on our podcast.
That's insane. Like
You did great.
My
I didn't know
kids
you
can
could
say
say
that.
boobs.
Yeah.
Like my kids can say that.
But public radio's weird.
Radio's so
Oh
stupid.
man, NPR.
Well, Mr. Taylor Cole, we can't thank you enough
Yeah, buddy.
for coming down to the ReAmp Studios in Tustin and giving us your time on the most positively positive podcast on planet Earth, the Jimbo and Jackie Show,
3 times a charm.
episode number 20. We love you. Quick 30-second plug. Go ahead, tell our audience whatever you want.
Oh, yeah. Just support us on our Kickstarter and pass the word around, and let's do something epic. If you could imagine what's going to happen if I make any money in life
Yes.
and what the stories are going to be for the future of everything, base jumping, skydiving, I'm a pilot.
Amen.
We are about to have some epic times. And the first thing I want to do is invite you to the $500 car circle track racing with me. And I will buy your car and take you on the second we reach our Kickstarter launch. So if we can get a Kickstarter goal hit, I will pay for a $500 car for you, a
Nice.
$500 car for me, and we go race out at the Speedway and do circle figure eights.
Damn,
That's
Taylor.
badass, Tay.
I love it. I love
Yes.
it. Thank you so much for being part of our show. We had a great time with you. You were the snappiest dresser we ever had on our show.
Yes!
Ashton, thank you so much for being part of this team.
Positive.
The most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
Mark, let's hear you say it. Producer Mark, bring a little civility to this show.
The most positively positive.
Wah, wah, wah.
Okay, wait. The most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
Can you say it, Taylor?
Whatever.
The
Taylor
most
tried.
positively positive podcast. I don't even know the sentence.
On planet
planet
Earth.
On
Earth.
planet Earth.
You did fucking great.
It's
Yes,
kind
I'm
of cool, ain't
sober.
it?
I still can't say it.
Yeah.
Man.
That's a good tagline, don't
I
you
like
think?
it.
Yeah. That's
I
what
like
we
it.
do. To quote my grandma, fuck politics. Let's have a good time. It's the most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
Yes.
Yes.
We love you guys.
Yes. We can't wait
Like
to
us, love
finally.
us, subscribe, all
Yeah.
that good stuff.
What else, Jackie?
That's it, beautiful.
You're so
Let's
gorgeous.
drive up to Victorville.
Ah, Jackie wants to blow me by Chuck E. Cheese. But thank you so much, seriously, Mr. Taylor Cole, for coming down.
Yep. You're welcome.
We enjoyed the
To
hell
all my
out of
friends
you.
out there. Yes.
We want to thank the ReAmp Studios and Tustin team for giving us Dom bottles,
God.
2 of them,
I know.
to celebrate episode 20. And I guess a new tactic is we're going to be coming out like a carnival, taking over improvs and shit.
we
and
go.
even bingo halls, and even gas
Bingo
stations,
halls.
and whoever the fuck wants to have us do this podcast show, we'll do it.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
I have a dream. I have a dream that Jackie mounts me every night. And we love each other. We do shambongs till the end of time. And we celebrate. The Jimbo and Jackie Show.
Third time's a charm.
Yes.
You seem embarrassed right now. No?
Never.
I love it.
I got caught up in the excitement.
Third time's a charm.
We had a great power meeting during the break.
Yeah, we did. It
And
was
we're
wonderful.
excited. We want to be a part of your life, and we thank you for all the support. We thank you for subscribing on your favorite platform. We thank you for sharing and being part of the most positively positive podcast on planet Earth.
Love you guys.
The fuck was that? I thought I said it.
I'm not sure if you're. Do it again.
He's in the driveway. Let
I
him go,
did a
officer.
little profile to be kind of cool and subdued, but it's the Jimbo and Jackie Show,
Third time's a charm.
the most positively positive podcast on planet Earth. Yeah! We got through the sobriety checkpoint. We can't thank you enough, Mr. Taylor Cole. Like him, love him on Facebook, and be part of the revolution to make our kids better kids.
Yes.
That's right.
Amen. And Jackie, high five on episode 20. Can you believe we did it?
I can, beautiful.
We did it. And thank you, ReAmp Studios, for believing in us and giving us champagne, the Dom shit, not the cheap shit. Jackie, wrap it up because I'm a little buzzed.
A little bit.
We love you guys.
That's
See
right.
you next time. Bye-bye.
It's the Jimbo and Jackie Show.
Third time's a charm.
Say bye, Jackson.
Bye-bye, y'all.
See ya.
Psst, hey, come on, man. Jimbo's back.